the common 2x2. In this video, I'll be showing how it can be expanded from a simple starter into this, the Genesis. Enter the compound through one of 4 entrances. Each entrance is guarded by turrets to prevent any dirty grubs from laddering in. There are bedrooms built into the gatehouses for a quick respawn in the event of a raid. Through the airlock and into the segregated shell, you'll find plenty of quick loot storage protected by more auto turrets. Running around the side will bring it into the second floor entrance. On this floor, we have 3 unlootable loot rooms, locker storage, and even a bedroom for the most important team members, along with some other useful deployables. Dropping down the bunker chute will bring it into the core. I recommend later converting it into a mixing room to disappoint any raiders, as all our best loot will be kept upstairs. On the next floor, through one of 2 jump ups, we have a roam room protected by another 2 turrets. At the door and onto the peaks, we have some great angles to shoot from, with 4 ladder hatches leading back down to the ground. Next to the peaks, you'll find one of 2 multi-TC roof bunkers. To open the bunker, build a triangle roof from this angle. In here, I recommend keeping your batteries and best loot for when you're offline. To close the bunker, destroy the twig roof. There's another identical bunker on the other side of the base. Climbing up through one of 2 ladder hatches onto the top floor, you'll find beds for your whole team and a second set of inner peaks, should the lower ones become compromised. Running outside through one of 4 exits, we have the wide gap shooting floor, providing you with a 360-degree view of the entire compound and surrounding areas. Around the shooting floor, you'll find 4 ankle-biter peaks, so you can take down anyone who dares to step foot on your roof. Moving up the spiral stairs through one of 4 doors located on opposite sides of the base, bring it onto the roof where we have more turrets, windmills, and your standard roof peaks. Here you can see the build cost and upkeep for the base. I try my best to keep it as close to 10k metal as possible for any trios who'd like to make it, while still managing to include all the necessary features. But if you're a 5 or 6 man, you should be able to upgrade the shell to metal, which will change the cost, like so. Before we start the build, here's a screenshot of the footprint. As you can see, it differs from the regular 2x2 shells you see littered across YouTube, as I wanted to create something a bit more unique while making it less obvious that there's a 2x2 hidden inside. In this tutorial, we'll skip building the starter, as I assume you already know how to build a 2x2 with the triangle airlock, and the most efficient way to arrange the deployables inside. You can always slow down the video if you want to copy my placement. First, we're going to expand the entrance by building a bunker. To do this, place down 2 more foundations, a full wall here, and then 2 half walls. Out of that, build a doorway. Complete the roof and then build a new entrance. Remember to build a triangle at half height to to act as a jump up later. To seal the bunker, place a triangle. The triangle must be upgraded to wood, not twig, as it can be destroyed from outside. Then build a triangle roof, upgrading it to stone or metal. You can open the bunker by destroying the triangle with a couple of machetes. Now for some necessary upgrades. Make this wall metal. Then upgrade the roof to metal too. After that, add single triangle honeycomb all around the base. As part of the new entrance, place a triangle foundation and then a triangle roof on top of it. Now we'll upgrade the core to metal. If you become seriously rich later in the wipe, then upgrade it to HQM. But at the moment, it's not really necessary. Save it for the roof bunkers. Now we're going to secure the second floor. Build walls all around in these locations. Remember to build a wall frame with a garage door here. Then do the same for the other side. We can't finish the honeycomb loot rooms until the multi-TC footprint is done, so this will fill the gap for now. Complete the entrance with a double door and then a garage door as an airlock. Here we'll build a jump up to the next floor, but there's no need for a half-height triangle. Instead, we'll put furnaces there. After you've sealed in the roof, place window frames in these locations. Lockers will go in the single triangles. Due to a bug from last update, this can be quite tricky, but Facemates have promised to fix it this wipe. For this loot room, place 2 triangles at half height. Upgrade the back one to metal as it can't be done later. For the lower boxes, remember to lock them and get your team to enter the code before sealing them in. The top boxes don't really need to be locked. Divide the loot room from the rest of the second floor with a wall and a garage door. Place strengthened glass windows in all of these slots. Build 2 roof entrances either side of the base, like so. Again, remember the half-height triangles. You can also seal in the roof on these. Replace this door with a garage door. Then add 2 more to finish the second floor. As soon as you're able to afford it, upgrade this floor to armoured. And this one to metal. Complete this floor by adding doors on either end and walls on the sides. A ladder hatch can go here as your new roof entrance. We'll build another one on the other side later. After placing all the doors and sealing the roof, divide the floor like so. I recommend upgrading all the honeycomb around the core to metal before adding the multi-TC footprint. To start building the multi-TC, build a triangle here. Then, build up by 4 squares and put a triangle on the end. Now remove all the prior foundations. From this foundation, build back towards the base with 7 triangles. And remove all but the last one you placed. From this one, build up by another 3 squares and put a triangle on the end. Now remove all these foundations. Finally, build back towards the base with 10 triangles, upgrading the 10th one. There are simpler ways to build a multi-TC footprint than this, but doing it my way ensures that you have building privilege so you can remove the unwanted triangles easily. Complete the footprint by building squares either side of the triangle, and 2 triangles here and another square on either side. Now we need to build the external TC and the gatehouse. To do this, place down 3 foundations like so. This will ensure the gatehouse is centered correctly. From the triangle, build out by another 3 squares, upgrading the last one to metal. Now remove all the prior foundations. From the gatehouse, build up by another 4 triangles and a square. Then build another 2 triangles, upgrading the first one to metal and the second one to stone. You must build 2 walls on this foundation for the disconnecting mechanism to work. Place a full wall on this side and then your TC, remembering to lock it. Seal in the TC with a stone window frame and a reinforced glass window. Complete the external with a full wall, a roof, and then a window frame. A strengthened glass window will be strong enough here. Now remove these foundations and complete the gatehouse. Build wall frames and window frames on opposite sides. Seal in the roof and then place double doors and embrasures. Connect the gatehouse to the external TC with triangle and square frames, like so. You can leave these ones stone, it will be strong enough. This disconnectable design was created by Mini Satori, so if you want to know how it works, follow the link to his video. When you're done, follow the same process on the other side of the base. To complete the footprint, attach a triangle to the main base and then add a square either side of it. Now we can build the external TC and the gatehouse. Build out using the same pattern of foundations as before. I'm going to speed this next bit up as it's identical to the other sides. One small difference to note is that I connect the gatehouse to the external TC using metal instead of stone, like I did on the multi-TC parts of the base. This is to make the build slightly cheaper while still making it strong enough so no one will consider wasting rockets to try and disconnect them. Again, repeat the same process on the opposite side. Now I'm going to show you how to place the compound walls neatly. Freehand the triangle foundation by lining up with the point of the square on the base. Get as close to the base as possible by moving in and out. Then attach a square to it. Select the compound wall, then move back until it turns blue. When it does, tap A on your keyboard to move left very slightly. Now attach compound walls to each gatehouse. To get the right angle, I like to line up the wall against the gatehouse to make sure it's straight. Then angle the wall in slightly while lining it up with the middle of the embrasure. Now repeat this again on the opposite side of the base. Note, when placing the compound walls on the right hand side of the multi-TC external, the placement will be slightly different. This time, tap D to move slightly right. After building all the compound walls, put down barricades on top of the gatehouses to stop grubs getting in. Then build half walls to protect the turrets. Now we're protected by the compound walls, we can safely connect the multi-TC foundations to the external TC and build the wide gap. To do this, build 5 triangles and put a square on either side of the last one. Connect the gatehouse to the wide gap foundations with wall frames. Now remove the twig foundations, apart from the last one. Build a square to the right of it, upgrading it to metal. Place a wall frame, then 2 walls, and complete the bedroom. The placement of the bedroom may seem strange, but we may as well make use of this square, as it's the only way to connect the footprint to the gatehouse, as you'll see. Upgrade this half wall to metal to prevent soft siding. Before we can connect it, build wall frames in the wide gap foundations. Put a wall frame here as the entrance to the base, and put walls next to and above it. So we can connect the footprint to the gatehouse, build twig scaffolding like this. Now connect them together using stone triangle floor frames. Now the external TC is connected to the gatehouse, and the gatehouse is connected to the white gap and the multi-TC footprint. Now you can remove the scaffolding and repeat this process again on the other side. Now we can start sealing the shell. Build walls all around the footprint like so. When you've done that, complete both entrances with an airlock. Now we need to cover these gaps caused by the multi-TC footprint. You can do this by placing wall frames on either side, but on this side, place a wall frame, then a window frame above it. Remember that the window frames are placed on this square. Now repeat it all around the base. When you've done that, put a wall frame here and a twig half wall on top. Attach a square frame to the half wall and remove the half wall, replacing it with the window frame. Lastly, you can add your ladder hatch. Now repeat this 3 more times around the base. Now we can make the base more secure by completing the peaks. I recommend upgrading these floors to metal, as we're going to put bedrooms here later. Where the bunkers will be, place a square either side like this and attach a triangle to them, making sure you have a gap between. Use siren lights to cover any gaps so no one can jump down. Lastly, finish this entrance with a ladder hatch and a double door. Build 2 full walls like this so we can complete the loop rooms on the second floor. Then upgrade the second floor walls to metal. Complete the loop rooms like so. Place a box to jump on, remove the window and garage door, then upgrade everything to metal. As I mentioned before, remember to lock the boxes and get your team to input the code before sealing them in. If, like me, you forgot to build the shelf earlier, we can do it like this. When you've finished, complete the process again on the other side. Now I recommend upgrading everything else in this floor to metal. Back on the top floor, upgrade these parts to metal too, and then go outside and upgrade the top of the loop rooms to metal. If you have the resources, you can make them armoured, as they'll form the floor to the bunker later. Now build walls all around this floor, like so. To cover up the gaps and make the base more stable, extend the wall frames. Now build the front walls of the bunkers, like so. Don't make them armoured yet, we don't want people to know what we're doing. On the sides with the ladder hatches, we can seal the roof in, like this. Then place squares in these gaps. This part is extremely important for the bunkers to work, so pay attention. Attach triangles to the base like so, making sure you have a gap in between. Don't attach anything to the top of the bunker wall. If you do, it won't open. Instead, open the bunker with a triangle roof, then attach a floor to the triangle behind it. Doing this will cover up the gap, but the bunker will still work. Now attach floors to the outer walls, making sure you have a gap between the square and the triangle. Now repeat this for the opposite side. I won't speed this up, so you can make sure you've done it correctly. When you're happy with that, upgrade these parts to metal. Now we can build the second set of peaks and cover any gaps with siren lights again. On the multi-TC sides of the base, build full wall frames like this. On the ladder hatch sides, build 3 wall frames. Now build walls all around. You may have to remove some of the siren lights if they're in the way. When you've done that, place doors in these slots. Build 2 metal walls connecting to the wall frames on either side. Then low walls here to prevent splash damage. Finally, we can seal in the roof. Attach triangles to the metal wall frames in the middle. Then place square tiles either side, capping it off with a triangle. Place 2 triangles here, making sure they attach to each other and that there's no gap. Then build another either side. Now attach a stone floor frame to either triangle. Now attach a metal floor to the centre hexagon. Now repeat again for the other side. Finally, place these triangles, making sure there's no gaps. To plug these little gaps, place low walls here, taking note of their rotation. Before finishing the bunkers, we're going to add some more stability to the base. It's important to make these wall frames metal as they help to support the bunkers. Extend the wall frames all around the peaks. It's vital that you only place 1 metal wall frame in this location. Don't place one here, or the bunker won't work. Now we can complete the bunkers. Upgrade these walls to armoured and then rotate them. Add more walls either side and upgrade the floors and the ceilings to armoured. Before covering up the gap, build a shelf here. We can cover the gaps by building wall frames and upgrading them to armoured. Rotating them correctly will activate the conditional model. You're welcome to put anything you like in the bunkers, but I highly recommend storing your batteries in here. After you place the battery, put down a large box. Put 2 small ones in front of it and put another one on the shelf. Place down the vending machine and then a large box behind it. We can squeeze in one more small box here. Even though the vending machine is in the way, we can still access the contacts for the large battery. If you haven't already, upgrade these parts in the roam room to metal. Now we can complete the wide gap foundations for the non-multi-TC sides of the base. This works the same as the other sides, but this time remember to put a triangle on each end. Connect the gatehouse to the wide gap with metal wall frames. Now repeat this process on the opposite side. Then add a triangle on either end of the wide gap we built earlier. And again, repeat this for the other side. Now to finish the shooting floor. Extend the wall frames and then attach triangle floors to them. Repeat this all around the base. When you've done that, build window frames all around. Now put stone wall frames in every slot. Find the low walls we built earlier, build another one next to them. Now add half walls behind them. Finish the ceilings with square floors. Outside each entrance, build spiral stairs leading up to the roof. Now add triangle floors to finish the ceiling. Some will have a gap in between. This is due to the multi-TC footprint. Don't try to cover them up by attaching the triangle frames together. If you do this, you won't have enough stability for the roof peaks. Build L-shaped stairs in these locations so we can creep up and peek onto the roof. Complete the roof exits by putting window frames here and then a door on the front. Seal the top with triangles. Now repeat this 4 more times around the base. Now to complete the roof peaks, add triangle roofs all around like this. Finishing the exits with triangle roofs like this. Also double up as turret housings. On completing the roof, it should look like this. Remember to put turrets in these spots. Now to build the windmill towers. Place 2 wall frames on each roof up peak like this. Add a metal floor for each windmill to sit on. Now repeat this again 3 more times. If you haven't already, replace these metal doors with armoured ones, or jackhammer the frames and replace them with garage doors. When you've built bedrooms on the peaks, protect them with double doors each side. Add turrets to the throne room in these locations. Just remember to leave the garage door open. Add turrets around the shell, and then segregate it by adding double doors and wire fences. If you're feeling cheap, 1 double door is probably enough. Add more turrets to the compound. Putting one here will make it very difficult to enter a breach. Lastly, it's important to add shotgun traps above each entrance to the top floor. Thank you for watching, and even more so, thanks for getting me past the 1k sub mark. Your support really motivates me to keep making better content. As always, comment, like and subscribe if you haven't already. If the video gets 300 likes, I'll make the base on Sanctuary. Until then, remember you can find it on Rusticated as usual. If you have any questions or concerns, you can ask me on Discord. Check the description for more details. Cheers.